Live from the New England seacoast and sunny Mexico, it's time for Channel Reviews. Please welcome your fabulous hosts, Mr. D. Nimmin. And Daniel Batal.
Woo! Man,
We're back.
we are back. You just can't get rid of us. Much like the pandemic, we're never going away. we're always here. How you doing, Mr. D. Nimmin?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing? You know what? It seems like, because I've had a ton going on, you've had a ton going on. It seems like we did this show like a week ago.
It does, doesn't it?
It does for me. It's been like a week, but it's been a month. How you been? How's everybody been in the chat?
Yeah,
Sound
how you
off
guys
in the
doing out
chat.
there?
Let us know how you've been. We've missed everybody.
Oh boy, yeah, I swear it does. It's like we do these are once a month, but I feel like it's like just yesterday we did one. But then when I go to remember all the buttons we need to push, then it feels like it's been a year since I've done it. That's when it all falls
Exactly.
apart.
Exactly. And just in case anyone's wondering, because you're going to see a lot of moving parts happening during this show, we're doing everything inside of StreamYard. All the graphics are done inside of StreamYard. The giveaway tools done inside of StreamYard. Everything except for the wheel, except for the actual wheel spin. Everything else is done inside of StreamYard, and you can do this too. There's a link in the description below. You can try StreamYard for free for up to 20 hours per month. Totally. I don't even stream 20 hours. I don't stream 20 hours in a year.
I don't think I do anything 20 hours a month. Maybe breathe. That's about the only thing I do consistently.
Yeah. So, Daniel, you want to tell them what we're doing today? You want to let everybody know what we're doing today?
For anybody who hasn't been here before, what we're doing today is channel reviews, and we've gamified them in a way where we're going to pull somebody from the chat, we're going to pull up their channel, and we have a wheel of best practices that we're going to spin that tells us what to look at on your channel. And when we do that, what happens is you have three chances to either, well, you have as many chances as it takes, whichever comes first. If you get three of the best practices right, you move on to the final round. If you get three of them wrong in a row first, then you are disqualified, and we move on to the next contestant. And the way to become a contestant is to type exactly what you see on screen now, spelled the way it's spelled, into the chat, and we will pull someone using the StreamYard giveaway tool. Cupcakes.
That's right. And every time this word is going to change, and you're going to see me periodically just flash this word on the screen. I'm going to give you a heads up to let you know what's coming. So don't sleep on this. You only have to type it in once, and it's going to get logged in there. So
yeah, and the winners said that, the winners today are going to have their choice of choosing something they'd like from the fantastic StreamYard catalog, where we have wonderful mugs that are the size of your head. There's stuffed animals. There are t-shirts. There's hoodies. There's some of the coolest stuff that StreamYard offers. They do have some of the best merch out there. I honestly believe the mugs, the hoodies are fantastic, and you get your choice of anything from the merch page.
Yep, that's right. So the word to type in right now is the yard. So you ready to roll it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Go ahead and get started. Let's do it.
So listen, now the first person up, you're going to be, you're going to be the first on the cutting block here. So don't feel bad if you don't get some of these right. Along the way, we're going to be learning what you should be doing to optimize your channel. So not only to play along and have fun, but learn what you can do to get your channel a little more optimized for the platform. There's our first winner, Triathlon Tips with Coach J.
Yeah. Good luck finding that last one.
I think hopefully there's not a lot of triathlon channel. Triathlon.
Coach with J.
With J. Triathlon tips with
Where you at
Coach J. Let's see what we go. Is it Coach John? I'm going to say it's Coach John. I'm looking. Yep. Okay, we've got him.
Did you find him?
I have found. Hold. Let me just mute this site. So we have his channel here, but we're not going to look at anything. We're going to actually pull up the wheel, and we're going to let the wheel decide today what it is we'll be looking at. Let's open up those curtains. And the first, here's a new wheel. Hey, we want to point out, it seems every time we do the show, the wheel changes a bit. And if you noticed up near the top, we've added a new slice, which is a free merch slice. So anyone who lands on that, you will have your choice, whether you win or move on or advance. If you strike out, it does not matter. If you land on that slice, you were able to pick from the StreamYard merch catalog. So things are getting more exciting by the month here.
I love that.
You ready to do this?
Yeah, spin it.
All right. exciting. First catch of the day.
What's it gonna
Clear
be?
thumbnails, clear thumbnails. Dee, can you explain to the people when we talk about clear thumbnails what we mean?
Yeah, when we talk about clear thumbnails, we're looking at a couple of different things. One, your thumbnails are clear in regards to, does your thumbnail on its own give us an idea of what the video is about, right? You don't want to cram a whole bunch of text in there. You're not trying to cram your whole title into your thumbnail. And you want to use fonts that are easy to read. You want the font, you want the overall look of the thumbnail to make sense and be mobile friendly, because so many people these days, probably the majority of the people looking at the content on your channel, depending on your niche, they're looking on a mobile device. So you definitely want to make sure that you're using the right fonts, nice, bold, contrasting colors. But more important than anything else is it just makes sense and it's clear.
Right. Love it. Okay, so let's pull up his channel here. And I'll use the old man magnifying glass, and we've got
There we go.
How to shift bike gears to save energy, change gears, save energy. It's got him on a bike. I assume it's him on a bike. These are shorts, so they don't necessarily, we're looking at the populated thumbnails from the short shelf. Here we have the Cloud Monster running shoe review. Looks like that's the shoe with some arrows pointing down towards the tread. Cloud Monster review. Weekly fitness test. You know, the ones I'm seeing here actually seem pretty clear to me. What do you think, Dee?
Yeah. Yeah, I think they look great, and you can see the font that he's using there, in the red and the yellow border around them. Like, those really stand out. I think these are a go. I think these look great.
I totally agree. I think those are easy wins on this one. So that's definitely, we have our first hit from the first channel up. I like when they come out of the gate, Dee, and we're automatically having people moving in the right direction, right?
If you remember last time, every single channel we pulled up advanced.
Wasn't that great? Oh, wait. No, there was one. The only one that didn't advance hit the eliminated slice on the wheel.
Yes. Everyone else advanced. Everyone else. But I want to point out
I think it was actually, we had host choice and you chose the eliminated slice. So, okay. You know, there are some exceptions to every rule.
Yeah, before you spin the wheel again here, I want to point out that look at how he's not cramming a bunch of text in the thumbnails.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Very focused. He's using words that are going to speak directly to his target audience.
Yeah. And alongside with the words, he's also using great imagery. So like that one on the left that says long run workout, it actually has someone who's out there running. You know, that makes sense. The messaging is very clear in them. You understand what the content's about. All right, let me get this. This wheel up over here.
Time to go again.
Time to go again. Next spin. I like that we have this new merch. Well, now I keep seeing the little icon of the smiley face go by, and it gets me excited. I want to give away stuff today. There we go, optimized playlist. When we talk about optimized playlists here, folks, what we're talking about is making sure that you're using playlists on YouTube and not just sticking things together in a playlist, but making sure that you're making compelling titles to your playlist, making sure that you're using the descriptions for those playlists. So when you do things like put them on your homepage, they are optimized in a way for the viewer that they see them and they get excited about the content. So let me go to the homepage here, Dee, and we'll take a look and you can tell me what you think. As I scroll down, I see the always seems to be never fails uploads and popular uploads.
Never fails.
Not a fan of those ones. But as we go down to some of the more, the actual customized playlist, triathlon workouts to build you up. Watch this growing selection of workouts and workout tips. Great viewing for new triathletes and runners. New to triathlon, running, cycling, or swimming? Are you wanting to know more? Check out this playlist made just for you. I got to say, Dee, that seems fairly well optimized to me and definitely supports the value proposition. What do you think?
I agree with you. They're optimized. I would like to see them dialed in just a little bit more descriptive. But overall, I think they're optimized. He's on the right track,
I'd say,
sure.
My tip would be the same as Dee's, is where, like, here we have triathlon-focused videos. When you're thinking about making your playlists, think the same way you would when you make a video title. You probably wouldn't make a video called triathlon-focused video, right? Because that would be like, let's do a little better. We want to try to win the click here. So do the same with your playlist, because they can be served in search. They can be served on the homepage of YouTube. And when people catch them on your channel watch pages, like your homepage, you can get a lot of conversion there. So make sure you're trying to really optimize those. But these look really good. So that's 2 hits for me. Congratulations. Yep. That's really, really well done. Little applause right there, because that was really well done. That's it. That's all the applause you get.
That's all.
Sorry, we're rationing the applause today, folks.
only so much love to give out today.
But that's 2 hits. Let's see if we can get our first winner here. Let's spin the wheel and see what we're looking at next. Gotta thank everybody in the chat for coming by today. We love having such an interactive crowd. You guys are fantastic.
Absolutely.
End screens. Dee, explain to the people here and in the replay why we think end screens are important.
I will, but before I do that, I have to ask, does anyone else watching in the chat type in yes or no if you find yourself tilting your head as the wheel spins? Every time the wheel spins, as it starts to slow down, I catch myself tilting my head, and I look at the camera, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Before his career on YouTube, Dee was the RCA Victor dog.
The spinning head. Yeah. All right. So we're talking about end screens. End screens are a tool that YouTube gives us that allows us to show the viewer other pieces of content that we have, be it a video or playlist that we have, to lead them to other pieces of content. And the things that are going to make your end screens a lot more sticky, right? You're going to get people to click on them even more, is to make it relevant to the video that they just watched.
Yes.
Right? Almost like a part 2 or something that would make sense after they finish watching this video. Oh, yeah, of course I want to watch that next video. Yep. Right, so make it relevant to what they just watched.
And the easiest way to see if there's an end screen is let's find his newest piece of content that is 5.5 minutes long. That's a perfect candidate for an end screen. We will scroll to the end of this, and there are, in fact, an end screen that features a single piece of content right there, and one that features a playlist of other content on running. So I would say that is the third hit, and that takes him right to the end. Our very first winner. Very well done. Very well done. That's very exciting. See, first one of people actually win here on the Streamyard channel.
That's
now let's see if we can actually. Now, if you don't know, what happens is every winner here from these rounds advances to the final wheel spin. We enter your channel name, and we're going to do a final wheel spin at the end, and whoever wins that is allowed to pick anything from the Streamyard merch catalog. But again, we have added an extra slice onto the wheel so that you can actually win merch along the way here. So a lot of fun going on today.
Yeah, and it looks like in the chat, I'm not alone when it comes to turning my head when the wheel spins.
It's not
I love it. Okay, so if you haven't typed in the word playlist yet, that's the next word that we're going to spin for. So we'll give you just a couple more seconds to get your entry in if you have not done so already. I believe there are 33 people in there so far. I'm surprised there's 107 people watching right now.
That's fantastic.
But only 34 people have typed in the word playlist. That's kind of surprising, actually.
We like the amount of people here. We'd like a little more interaction. Come on, people. Get to typing.
Yeah.
Get those fingers moving.
Let's go.
Speaking of typing, I got to put his name into the final wheel. Triat. That's a long name, too. Triat.
It is. It is. All right, so if you're ready to hit that tempo, you ready to hit the drums?
Do it.
Whoops, 1 second here. I'm going to pull this off.
Yeah, let's get some cupcakes going. Here we go.
Yep. All right, let her rip. What's it gonna be? Where is it gonna be?
And our winner is Deo. I know that. Now I'm going to start singing that. Yeah, the Harry Belafonte song, right? And try not to get demonetized.
Oh yeah, we're getting content claim coming in.
There we go. Let's start this thing off right. Let me find his channel. Deo. How many Deo channels do you think there are?
I think he's been on here before.
I think so.
Yeah. I think he's been on here before.
I know this channel. Scamming scammers. Yeah. He gets back at people who are trying to pull scams on him and pull it and flips the script. All right, but again, as always, let me make sure everything's done and saved here. We're not resetting the wheel. That's our new thing that we've done recently since last time, is as the slices of the wheel are removed, we're leaving them off. So as each new contestant comes up, you're going to be missing slices from that wheel, and we kind of let Dee decide at what point we reset the wheel, which could be never. Could get down to 2 slices, and that's all you got. So
then we move on to sudden death.
Then we go to sudden death. Well, speaking of spinning the wheel, let's do just that.
Let's do it.
I like how we just play by the seat of our pants. Like, we'll make up rules as we go.
Yeah. The best game shows are done that way.
No planning whatsoever.
Yeah.
Clear value proposition. Dee, please tell the people here in a replay what we mean by clear value proposition.
Clear value proposition is some sort of a statement or something in your channel art or something just overall in your channel that lets the viewer know what's in it for them. It's your North Star. It's your mission statement. Something where somebody lands on your channel, they immediately know what your channel is about. They don't have to sit there and wonder what the channel's about. Your value proposition lets them know what the value proposition, or your value proposition lets them know what your channel is about.
Your value proposition lets you know what the value proposition
What the value proposition is, yeah.
See, you have a way with word, my friend.
I do.
All right, so taking a look at this, Dee, would you say that the value proposition of this channel is clear? Scamming scammers is what we see in the channel art. Well, I guess if you watch the trailer, it would say, "What is the channel about?" It does. I don't know if the title of the video, "What is the channel about?" necessarily let us know what the channel is about. I'm looking at some of the playlist titles to have a better understanding of this channel. Do you feel that just looking at this, or do you think maybe we should throw this to the lions and let the people in the chat decide whether or not we've kind of told them we know what this channel's about? But just looking at this, throw this to the lions out there. People in the chat.
Everybody in the chat, do you know what this channel is about? Does this channel have a clear value proposition? Oops. Butterfingers on that one.
He's already saying no. If you think it does, give us a thumbs up in the chat. If you think it doesn't have a clear value proposition and that you go, I'm not exactly sure what this is if I was someone who hadn't watched his content, give it a thumbs down. So your choice. You're the ones here who will make that decision. Listen to the crowd. I'm seeing a lot of yeses, yes, thumbs up, yes, wow.
Yes.
We got a wow, so that's impressive. Boy, I'm only seeing like one or two no's in here. I think we're going to say that this is a win right here, aren't we?
I think this is a win. I mean, scamming scammers.
Yep.
I personally, I don't need much more than that to let me know what's going on.
No, I'd be excited. I'd be like, oh, is he getting people on the phone who are trying to like pull a scam on him, and he's going to twist, turn the scales on them. So I think that's a win. I think that's number one. We got a hit right out of the bat.
Yep, I agree. Spin that wheel again.
All right, let me pull up this.
Scamming scammers.
Scamming scammers.
Yeah, it's pretty clear.
I think so. I want that free merch to land. Test that thing out.
If you get the merch, get the coffee mug.
Definitely get the coffee mug. It's great. Featured link in the description. Now, you guys have heard us talk about using cards, using end screens, using links in your description, and using pinned comments. These are all places that in any given video, you can actually recommend more of your content or create view funnels where you can push the viewer towards something, another video. It can be things like if you're trying to push them towards a product that you might be selling or a course or trying to get an email opt-in list kind of thing together. There's different ways you can use this. But when we say featured link in the description, and the reason we say featured, we're looking for one link that is put up near the top that we can see, that not just opening up your description and seeing 900 links, something that's prominent, that's distinct, that you're trying to push that view in a very specific direction. Because one of the things that YouTube tells us when it comes to suggested traffic is that part of suggested traffic is links, videos found by links in the descriptions of other videos. So knowing that fact, not taking advantage of using a link in your description always for a video, but if you choose to do something else, if you, like we said, products or something, that's fine. We'll take that as a featured link, but we expect you to use that link space right up featured above the fold where you're pushing someone towards something.
Absolutely. The key word here that I'm looking for is intentional. Right? A link that you're very intentional with. And a lot of people ask, and Daniel, you give, you're YouTube educator. I know you're asked this constantly. People say, how can I get more suggested traffic? One of the best ways to get more suggested traffic is to be your own source of suggested traffic. And believe it or not, by dropping your own links in your description, that counts as suggested traffic.
100%. So I'm pulling up a video here. This is a recent one. I'm not seeing anything above the fold. I'd really like to see it there. As I scroll down, I start seeing every link in the, Patreon, Stream Elements. I don't know. I'm going to let you make the call on this, Dee. I personally think they make more sense above the show more, but you tell me what you think looking at this, if you think these are focused and featured links.
Let's see here. If you'd like to support the channel, become a Patreon. Here's the thing. If the goal of this video, right, if you're trying to be intentional and the goal is to drive people to Patreon or to drive people to send a super chat, right, if that's your goal, then I would say yes. Okay. But if your goal is to grow your channel, if your goal is to get more subscribers to lead people to another piece of content, then I'm going to say no.
Okay, well then let me do this. Let me try going to a completely different video from 3 months ago that has 11,000 views. It's got a decent amount of views. This is something where if you've got something that's performing pretty well, you definitely want to create a view funnel and use the opportunity to make them go someplace. It looks like that's always his intent. It looks like every video has become a patron and send a super chat here. So it looks like his entire focus on linking structure is just trying to drive some more revenue. So I'm going to be the one that I'm going to say, I think that's very intentional. He's got, this is the only 2 links I post. I do it in all these videos, and the goal is to try to increase my revenue. So I'm going to say, that's a win. I think that was really well done. Yeah, absolutely. Well done. So that's 2, right? We got 2 right.
Yep. There you go.
2 hits. All right. I love it when channels are, again, we're having another one of those weeks where channels are having strong showings. If you can get
know
this
what it is?
one.
It's that people had been watching long enough that they're like, okay, I'm not going to go in. I'm not walking into the arena not being prepared.
I'm bringing my armor. I'm bringing my sword. I'm bringing my helmet.
Right. I'm bringing my shield, the helmet, the sword, the shin guards, all of it.
All of it. Let's spin the wheel and see what we're looking at next
all the
on
stuff.
this channel. You need all.
Bring
you
in
need
all
protection.
the stuff. Yeah. There it goes again, the head.
There it is, cards. We were all doing it,
right? Together.
Lean back. So, Dee, can you please tell people what we're looking at when we say we're looking at cards? What are cards and why are they important to channel growth?
Hold on, that landed on host choice.
It resets the host choice. It landed on cards.
Oh, I see. You've rigged it. Okay, so when we talk about cards, they're like end screens. They're like links in the description. Cards are another opportunity to lead the viewer to another piece of content, be it a video or to a playlist. Cards are not something you want to sleep on. Here's the thing. YouTube gives us all of these tools, right? They give us end screens, cards, playlist. They allow us to put links in the description, etc. Take advantage of all of these tools. And if you're not doing that, you are leaving views on the table.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And one of the things you want to think about, people out there who are watching in the chat and watching in the replay, is that it's not always just about the cards or just about the end screen or just about the pinned link, the link in the description above the fold, or just about the pinned comment. It's about all of those work together to send traffic signals to YouTube that YouTube can interpret. It starts seeing what people are doing while they're watching your video or after they finish watching your video. And if you can get them funneled down towards doing something and use all those pieces together, that's when you can effectively start influencing the way YouTube starts recommending content to different people on the platform. So let me grab one here. This one had 10,000 views. That's a great one. That would probably do well with a card. And oh boy, I think we are not seeing any card up there, my friend. That is a miss right there. I hate to see a strike come up like that with the
on a 20-minute video.
I know.
On a 20, you could have loaded that up with a few cards.
I personally like one card. You got to remember that YouTube best practices, which is just best practices. I say intentionality always wins. But on something like the 20-minute video, you can definitely use some strategy. But in general, YouTube's going to tell you that you want to add your cards about 80% of the way or more through your piece of content. The idea being there that people who make it near the end of your content are sort of the pre-qualified viewers. They're people who have obviously shown interest, and you're going to have a much higher chance of them actually clicking the card than putting it, a bunch of, if you put 20 in a video and you have them way in the front. I was in my group this week and we were looking at some metrics where someone was questioning, are cards effective? And I pulled up my CTR on cards, and my CTR in the last 28 days was 26.7%. So my CTR for people clicking the cards is almost 27% of the time I get them to click. So that's how effective cards can be.
Again, key there is making it relevant, right? You want it to be something where somebody's like, oh yeah, I want to watch that based on what they just watched. Now, one strategy that I use, in addition to what Daniel just said, he's spot on there, that around the 80% mark, is if I have a video, and I know we've all had these videos where the audience retention, you do something wrong in the video, maybe you say something wrong, you put something wrong on the screen, and it's just a nosedive. Right. Anytime I have a video with really bad audience retention where there's a really big drop and I know I just goofed it up, right? It's just not working for me. I'll put a second card right before that big drop, hoping that I can lure at least some people away to watch another piece of content instead of them clicking off and going someplace else.
Yeah. Smart. You know, again, what do we always say? You know, intentionality is understanding what you can be doing out there to help grow your channel, and then don't be afraid to break some of those rules. You know, like an expert. Once you know how to use them properly, then you can go in there and tweak and do like things like Dee did, and start using them in ways that maybe you hadn't even thought of. One of the biggest mistakes I see is when people just start listing a whole bunch of cards because they go, well, I don't know, I'll just put them all over the video. And you've got these things flashing all over the screen, and they're going 100 different places. And what it's doing, there's so many asks. I always say this. Yeah. The thing we're trying to do as creators, folks, is provide value, and then go for the ask. Then the ask, right? Always don't go ask, and asshole. Click this, watch this. Here's a card. Please subscribe, share this out, like, comment. If you ask all these things, your people are just going to get flooded with the idea of, oh man, everything is just. I just came here to learn this one thing, and all I'm getting is hit with all these requests.
Yep, very well said. All right.
Okay. Let me get
moving on to the next one.
What are we? 2 and 1, right? Correct.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
2 hits, 1 strike.
Didn't have cards. Right.
Well, all right. Cards. Get in there, my friend. Don't be afraid to use those cards.
Yep.
Geraldo's right on point today. I haven't even said a thing to him. He's just right there with the drums.
He's there watching. He's right off camera.
He knows that he can be easily replaced. Here we go, free spin. Now, this is another thing that we added to the wheel recently, so you now have an extra spin. If you happen to strike out for any reason, we're going to put a free spin for you aside, and you will have an extra spin to stay in the game. So right now, you're doing great because you've actually got 2 hits and 1 strike. So we're going to spin it again, but remember, you have an extra free spin here in case things go horribly wrong in the next few minutes. What's it going to be? There we go. It's the trifecta, is the pinned comment. We were talking about this already. You know, one of the other places that you can recommend content is by taking a comment and putting it on your own video and pointing that viewer towards something like another relevant video that's got relevancy and performance data that supports it being a good candidate. And if you pin that comment, that means no matter how many comments come in to that particular video, your comment will always stay right up at the top so it doesn't get buried in all those other comments. A really great way to create an effective link that a viewer would see and potentially click to go on to watch more of your content.
And Daniel, you made a really interesting video about this specifically where you used a pinned comment, you used link in your description, you used a card, and you used your end screen, all pointing to the same video. And what that ended up doing after creating those data points is it started being the recommended next video to watch.
Yeah,
correct.
I watched all the traffic on that video that I was pointing to, not only get more traffic from all of the points that I had created, the card, the end screen, the link in the description above the fold, and pinned comment, but then once those people started going to that video from those points, because no matter what action they took on my video, they all ended up at this one other video I pushed them towards. Then I started seeing that video do better in suggested and better in browse. Like the minute I changed that strategy, you saw the whole thing go up, not just from where I was pushing them, but YouTube started learning more about the kind of audience it could recommend them to, and they started recommending it more. So you can really influence how YouTube acts by just getting your funnel strategy put together.
Yeah, that's super smart too. Super smart to do it that way. Lead everyone to a single video instead of sending people to 5 or 6 different videos based on all the different things. You're dividing up your traffic.
Yep. Okay, so you know, I feel bad here, but we do not see. I'm pulling up a recent video. This has almost 10,000 subscribers, and I'm seeing no pinned comment whatsoever. You're leaving potential views and engagement right on the table there. I'm sorry, the wrong one. That's the one I want. And that's your second strike. Good thing you have that free spin. Really think about this. I know sometimes it's a pain in the butt, and you put a video up, and I know some of your content, as we're seeing, is a lot of it feels more live streamed or in the moment. But get back in there afterwards and take a moment to go, I'm going to add the card. I bet you've added the end screen. So make sure you add the card, add the pinned comment, add the link in the description above the fold. Whatever those pieces are, you have some of it, but some of it are missing. And if it is that thing like you're trying to drive revenue, I think that's what we saw. He was focusing on revenue. Put that exact same thing you have in your description and pin it as a comment and go, there's another place in case someone doesn't open up your description. You've got it as a pinned comment. Like, hey, you want to join my Patreon group? Here, you can do it right here. Or you can send me a tip through Super Chats or whatever you want to do. Get that there. I think you'll figure out that it can be really effective.
A pinned comment is prime real estate. For every single person who's going to go down and leave a comment, they're going to potentially see it, right? They're going to pay attention to it. Doesn't mean they're going to click on it, but they're at least going to see it. And everyone who goes down to just read comments. Sometimes I just go down to read the comments based on whatever it is that I'm watching. If I'm trying to gather more information, I'll go down and read. So again, you're leaving views on the table. Views and watch time and potential subscribers.
I think a lot of people...
Potential revenue.
Oh, absolutely. And I think a lot of people, we learned when YouTube removed the public-facing dislike, thumbs down total, people went nuts because I go down below to figure out if it's a good video or not. And I think what a lot of people have done now is because the public dislike count isn't there, they're going to look at those top comments. They go, is this good? Is this something I should watch? I'm going to look quickly, see what people are thinking. They're not going to read all, if you have thousands of comments, but they'll look at the top ones. So it's something that people use. They do go down there, so take advantage of it.
You got it.
Let's spin this thing. 2 and 2 right now. 2 hits, 2 strikes. Tension builds.
Make it or break it right here.
Make it or break it. There we go. Optimized titles. Dee, can you please tell the people out there what the optimized titles means and what we're talking about, how it can be advantageous for channel growth?
Optimized titles are titles that make sense, that let people know either what your video is about, or it adds mystery, or it's something compelling that makes people want to click, right? If it's just going to the mall, that is not an optimized title. Last hand off the Lamborghini wins the car. That's an optimized title. Or how to tie a tie, right? That's an optimized title.
Did I do it right? Does that look right to you? I got to admit, it's a clip-on.
Is it? Mine's real.
No, you can't tell.
You can't tell.
All right, listen, here's the titles right here of this channel. Why don't we do this? You want to throw this to the Lions? You want to let the chat decide whether or not they think these titles are optimized?
Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen in the arena. Let us know. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Let us know if you think these titles are optimized or not. Do you understand what the videos are about by looking at the titles? Thumbs up, thumbs down, yes or no, however you want to do it. But I really like the thumbs up, thumbs down.
I do. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Great. And if anyone's having on a mobile device and having trouble reading, some of these titles are Scammer Reveals Insane Information. Scammer Fails to syskey me 5 times. Auto parts scammers get trolled. Scammer thinks I'm a famous YouTuber. Well, listen, you know what? You are a famous YouTuber. I don't care what anybody says. Don't you sell yourself short, my friend. Let's see. What is the chat? What is the chat telling us right now? I'm seeing no, yes, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, yes. Let's see. Thumbs up,
overwhelmingly
thumbs up.
Yes.
I'm seeing an overwhelming yes there, my friend. And I think that is yet another winner. Yay. Moving on to the final round. Love it. Love it. That's great. That's 2 winners we have now.
2 winners. I love it.
It's all.
And for those of you who have not typed this in yet, the next word to type in is watch time. No space in between watch and time, just watch time.
Let me get this.
2 winners. I love it. I'm telling you. Now, Deo specifically, he's in here a lot. So if he wouldn't have advanced, I would have been upset.
Yeah, that would have been like, come on, Deo.
No excuse, Deo.
Do we have do we have permission to mock people who fail, who are in here a lot, or at least mock them nicely?
I give you permission. I hereby give you permission to mock anyone who is a regular of our show or regular on our channels.
Okay.
Who don't advance.
It'll be a good-hearted mocking, I promise. But there will be some mocking.
Consequences.
All right. Man, I got roasted. Daniel roasted me.
You ready to spin this?
Yeah, let's spin that thing.
Let's go.
Let me make sure I got this other name. Deo into the winner's wheel. Deo.
And here comes a copyright claim. All right.
We got to stop doing that. We're going to get in trouble. Harry Belafonte is going to be chasing us.
Boom, there it is.
Together We Travel. Together We Travel. Let me find that channel.
Congratulations. Together We Travel. Daniel's going to look up your channel, and the wheel is going to decide what we look at on your channel. Brace yourself.
Let's see. Who would have thought there was more than one Together We Travel channel? Huh.
There's more than one.
Yeah, maybe I'm spelling it. Oh, I need to put together. That's what. See, sometimes spelling.
See, this is where sometimes being extra clever with a name doesn't always work to your advantage.
Yeah, if someone had said to me, "Oh, what's your channel name?" Together We Travel, and you go, "I looked it up. I wouldn't have found it." And you'd have to go, "No, it's with a 2 and then a G. It's Together." Did you ever see that movie? What is that thing you do? And they were trying to name the one hit. The band was called The Wonders, and it was Oneders. And they were like, "It's like the one, like we're all one, the Wonders." And everyone in the crowd always called them like, "We love your band, the Oneders."
The Oneders, I love it.
So they finally get a manager, and he makes them change it to Wonders. So here's the channel. We're not doing anything with it. We have found it, but we're going to go to the wheel and the diminished sliced wheel, which has fewer slices than it did before. And let's let the wheel decide what it is that we're going to be looking at. Hold on a second here. We need the proper wheel. Okay, there's only so many slices left, but let's spin it and see where we're going to end up here. I want that merch one. See, now the fewer slices that are left, you better chances of winning a piece of merch or getting eliminated. It gets scary. Here we go. Chapters. We haven't seen that in a while. Dee, can you explain to people what we mean when we say chapters?
I forgot all about chapters. So chapters are what a lot of people think is timestamps. They used to be called timestamps, where you could put the time of where a certain part of a video begins in your description, and then you can link out to that, and we can click on that, and it will go through the video. Now, the thing about chapters is YouTube will automatically create some on their own, and it's kind of good practice, and this is something that I need to go back and redo with some of my older videos, is instead of just saying like part 1, part 2, or chapter 1, chapter 2, be descriptive with the actual title of the chapter. So if you put your timestamp on there, the part that you're going to write out in text to tell people what it's about, be descriptive, almost like you're writing a mini title. Think about optimizing those things.
So yeah, let me pick something that's a little older. I'm looking at these video titles, and all I'm thinking is you're lucky that optimized titles was removed as a slice, because I would have words about the fact that these are all named almost identically. But let me pull up something that has a little bit of length to it. Longer videos typically would be ones that you'd want a chapter, because there's different things that happen. So it would make it easier for a viewer to be able to find portions of what's going on. And I'm going through, and I am not seeing any chapters whatsoever. Let me do this. Let me look at one more, D, and see, because it is a newer channel. I'm looking, there's only maybe 24 pieces of content here, 24, somewhere in there.
And to be fair, not every video makes sense to have chapters. Some videos, it doesn't make sense. But if you have a video or a live stream where you're going from one thing to another thing, where you can clearly break down different parts of the video, then that's the type of video that could have chapters. Like they're inside of a cruise ship.
Yeah, this is Carnival Magic, our first cruise back. So it's like right after the pandemic. This is when they're going all the way through the cruise. This is one, absolutely, if you're going through the cruise ship, you would absolutely want to be. Here's the pool. Here's the gift shop. You would totally want to be breaking this down into those sections for someone who's interested in learning all the different pieces. Here's the pool. Here's the lounge. Here's the casino. So unfortunately, on that one, I have to say, I think that was a strike. Do we have a nice strike overlay that we can put up here to mock them? We're not.
It's not.
Just kidding.
Where do we go? Where's it going to be? Is it going to be?
There it is.
There we go.
All right, so just, you're a newer channel, so I like what you're doing here. That's really, I think the whole idea of showing people cruise ships and the inside and giving them a feel for it for someone who hasn't been on a ship is something that's important. We do it, my girlfriend and I, when we go traveling, she's always looking up the hotels to get an experience, like which one should I go on? And people who might want to take a cruise and don't know which ship is the right one to go on, is it got better amenities? They get a feeling for it from watching videos like this. So if you're going to do these, think about chaptering it so someone who finds this would also have the ability to go like, oh, there's the Carnival Magic cruise, here's the pool, here's the casino, here's the lounge, this is the food, this, and they could skip right to the part that's the most important to them instead of having to watch a 31-minute video, which is a big ask for anybody to watch an entire 31-minute video, especially as a smaller channel and you're trying to make your mark.
I find myself using chapters more and more. Like if I'm going in to watch a tutorial or some, do-it-yourself project and I know some of the steps, man, when they're putting chapters in there, it's an absolute lifesaver. And in terms of just overall satisfaction, I find myself going back to the channels that make it easier for me to find the content that I want to watch.
100%. That's 100%. And one of the other things you got to think about is that we haven't mentioned yet is that YouTube is starting to use chapters to start putting integrated with search. So you're going to start seeing discovery affected by chapters of videos. And we know that Google does the same thing. You'll find key moments from videos put up there in Google searches where it'll only play the clip from that video that's relevant to the search query. So this is just one of those areas that using chapters is not just great for the viewer experience, but it can actually help you get discovered on different platforms because of the integration of the SEO that it provides.
I'm really interested to see when YouTube starts surfacing those contents for search results that are purely chapter based. Because in theory, let's say you have a video where as a whole, the video doesn't do too well, but maybe a particular segment of that video does do well compared to other videos that are similar to that, right? So you might have a video that doesn't do particularly well as a whole, but you might have a section of it that does really well, and that section could, in theory, end up getting pretty high rankings as a search result. And that sounds promising to me. I'm really interested to see how they play that out.
Totally agree. And we've already seen it. We have friends who I found, like people like Andrew Can has come up and said, like, he showed me his audience retention report, and he had this really massive spike out of nowhere right in the middle of the video. And we've gone right onto Google and said, I wonder if Google is sharing this as a rich snippet, a key moment. And sure enough, we found the search term, and his video was featured with just that section. So people were watching right at that middle point. So on his YouTube analytics, you'd see this huge spike as if everyone just showed up, a half a minute in or to a minute in. And it was for that very reason, is he got right to this point and it got isolated.
And I'm glad you just said that. So when you're putting content up on YouTube, don't just think about YouTube, right? There's also Google. So you've got two of the world's largest search engines who are both recommending video content now. So you might be doing specifically great on YouTube, but there might be a piece that ends up on Google. So you never know. You absolutely never know where that traffic is going to come from. So that's the importance of optimizing everything you can to give both Google and YouTube as much information as possible so they know how to index your video.
Absolutely. All right, let's spin this one. So where are we at now? We at one strike? Where am I? I've lost track.
Yeah, one strike.
All right, let's spin this and see what we're looking at next. Man, that big black eliminated wedge is just getting a little more prominent.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like this one. Chat's choice. All right, listen, this is where we're going to throw it to you in the chat and let the Lions decide what it is we're going to look at on this channel. Now, on the wheel, you can pick something that's available here, not the free merch and not the eliminated. We're going to leave that one to D. But if you want to do the, I don't know. You guys pick. I'm not gonna make that. What do you think, D? Let them pick whatever they want, or what we're gonna look at.
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want. So anything that's on the wheel or more. If you guys think there's something else, but left on the wheel is the featured content, clear channel name, consistent uploads. We've also got free merch, advanced eliminated, or you could throw it back to one of us, I guess, technically, and make it our choice. You guys decide. Or if there's something else you think we should look at, just that we've already mentioned before, yell it out, and we will take a look on this channel. What you guys think? And D, I am going to let you choose what you think from the chat is the most prominent request.
So far, it's looking like thumbnails. I'm going to let a couple more come in, but so far, it looks like thumbnails is something that everybody's
clear thumbnails. Yeah, I'm seeing that. Clear
for.
thumbnails. Editing quality. That was an interesting choice. I need a poll. Right, Doug? We need a poll. And not just to beat people when they get something wrong. POLL, so that we could poll the audience. Well, if only we knew someone who could build something like that. We'll have to put our heads together.
Right. That's right. And just so you guys know why we don't actually watch videos here is because we don't know if we hit play, we don't know if they have a popular song that's going to start playing, or they're going to show a clip of a movie that could end up causing us to get a copyright claim or potentially even a copyright strike. So that's why we don't actually play videos during this. Otherwise, I think it would be great to go through and look at videos. Otherwise,
I do it in my and we both have channel memberships groups, and I do it, and I think you've done it in yours when we stream to like Facebook, when we do members only streams, because we have fewer of those issues than we do here inside of YouTube. Okay, so does we think thumbnails? Does that seem to be it?
Thumbnails.
All right,
there we go.
So listen, because the chat chose thumbnails, why don't we also let the chat decide whether or not they think these thumbnails are clear? Meaning, at a glance, does someone understand exactly what these are about? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Let me see if I can highlight them a little bit. You can see what's going on right here. Do you think that you, at a glance, completely understand? Are these very clear? Are they well designed? Is this something that would win the click for you? You guys tell us. Let me try to scroll here slowly, give you a little better look at what some of these thumbnails look like. Love
so
that.
while they're deciding, while the arena is deciding if these are clear or not, I'm just going to give you some design tips here. Think about contrast. Right, so you've got a blue background there that you're putting, sort of a blue frame, which you may or may not need. So if you're going to put some text on there, think of a color. Spend some time on Google. Look up a color wheel. Look at some contrasting colors that might really pop off of blue. Like yellow would be a great color to actually stand out from blue. A lime green, even white. Because what's happening is your blue text is getting lost with that blue background, even though you got that gray little text bar behind it. It's still not popping out very much.
All right, Dee, what's going on in the chat? I'm seeing a thumbs down, lots of blue. Get a Canva membership. Too hard to read. Thumbs down, no, thumbs down. I'm seeing a lot of no's.
Yep, I'm also seeing a lot of no's here. So because of that,
sorry. Yeah, that's a strike for me. I would have said a strike too. I also think, like, if you're going to use color, I think color is important, but look how much real estate that you're leaving on the table that you could be utilizing to better feature like a picture of one of these yachts. Like you're cropping them the way down, and you're putting all this blue. And I get what you're probably thinking. Like, well, I'm hoping the blue pops and grabs their attention in the scroll. But I think that in this case, like, people are triggered by images, right? Like if you had a photo album book and you opened it up, you wouldn't want like all this blue in there and then tiny little pictures in your photo album. You'd like, can we get the pictures to take up as much of the page as possible? I want to see the pictures. And YouTube's not too much different, is leaving a lot of real estate there that you could actually be optimizing to grab the viewer, considering how small some of these display on mobile, I think is a mistake.
Can you just humor me for a second since you've got YouTube open? And just
sure. A rabbi and a priest walk into a bar. Oh, sorry. That's not how you want to
type in cruise ship and just search for it.
Okay.
And let's just see what some of the more popular videos are doing with their imagery.
Yeah, look right off the bat exactly who. Now, do you think that yours, that we're all surrounded in blue, grabs someone who's really interested in taking a cruise? Look at some of like those ones right at the top. Those two top ones say it all. The ones that are the number one, number two results for me when I used YouTube as a search engine. They're like, look at the cruise ships. They're just featured, huge.
Right.
You get the idea of scale, and there's nothing that's taking back from that image. Even where they put text on top of the top one, they made sure they tried to get the cruise ship below it and really tried to use fonts that made it very readable. Freedom of the Seas 2022 full ship tour remember how you used only one blue color? See how they use a dark blue at the top but then used a white with a blue outline? 2022 full ship tour. And when they put of the seas, the of the part, they made that font much smaller so that the words have weight and balance and which ones are important, pop more. All of these things help really define a well-constructed thumbnail.
Yeah, absolutely. I would urge everyone in here, if you're figuring out, or you're trying to figure out, why is my channel not growing? Why is my CTR so bad? Why am I not getting the views? Go into YouTube, type in certain keywords for your niche, things that people might use to actually find your videos, and look at the top performing videos and say, do my thumbnails hold up against their thumbnails? Now, look, here's the thing. If you're just getting started and you have not yet developed the ability to do things with graphics, that's fine. We all started in the same place that you did. You just know that that's something that you need to work on. Look at those top thumbnails and spend some time, be it if you're using Canva or something on your phone or Photoshop, whatever you're using for graphics, spend time to learn how to make your thumbnails that are somewhat close to the top performing videos, because if they're not going to get clicked on. They're going to click on the better looking thumbnails. That's why those videos are partially why those videos are up at the top.
Yeah, really well said, Dee. Yeah, that the packaging is everything, right? Like you could have the nicest house in the world, but if from the street, if the curb appeal sucks and the trees are growing over it and they can't see how great it is, you're gonna have a hard time selling that house. You always want to make sure that the outside, the packaging, is just as good as the inside, the structure and the quality of the video you made.
You've got the best analogies. Just the best.
Sometimes I do.
You do.
Sometimes I do. Here, okay, so we got 2 strikes right now. There's other. Did we have any hits?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Wow. All right.
Not yet.
We're getting close, and there's that wheel's looking awfully thin. So let's spin it and see what we're looking at next.
Let's see what happens.
Wow, that jumped right back. There we go. Clear channel name. Does the name of this channel make it easy for the viewer to understand either what the channel might be about, or at least is it clear in the sense that someone can, the readability of it? Because if it could be just your name, but is it readable and they understand and they would be able to remember it? So if I said to somebody else, have you checked out this channel? What do you think? And they'd be able to find it pretty quickly and go, oh, let me go look that up, or I'd like to check that out. Okay. Oh boy. Let's
throw this one to the crowd.
Yeah. I'm going to say nothing.
Now, here's the thing. Together we travel. When you speak it, it makes sense. But to spell this out, do you think that channel name is clear? Does it make sense? If you're at a cafe, if you're out somewhere and your phone is dead, the battery's dead, and you're trying to tell your friend the name of this channel, and you're like, yeah, it's Together We Travel, and they can't find it, and how's it spelled, and you don't remember how it's spelled. So give us a thumbs up or thumbs down. Clear channel name? Yes, sir.
And I think I get the pun here. It looks like there are a couple when I'm looking at the channel art, and it's two of them. But we'll let the crowd decide. I am getting an Oneaters vibe.
Yeah, and here's the thing. If you're getting these strikes on here, this isn't something that anyone should take personally, because it happens to a lot of channels. But it's just something to think about, right? To have the opinion of other people who are looking at your channel objectively. Right? This is opinions coming from lots of different people here. Just like, hey, this isn't making sense to me, or this is lacking clarity. These are things that you can go back, right? Go back to the lab and polish this stuff up. Because these little things, believe it or not, can make a difference between growing faster or just kind of stagnating and wondering why you're not growing.
100%. Yeah, you got to remember that everybody in the chat today, these are not only creators, but they're also YouTube viewers. They're people who absolutely are watching videos on YouTube. So you're getting to hear from different people who are actually potentially your target audience, or people who are also creators and might, they're giving you perspective from another creator's point of view. So yeah, there's no losers here today, realistically, because all these things are really, we're doing this today to help you understand what you can do to improve your channel and hopefully grow faster. Genealogy with Amy Johnson Crow.
I like the name, but not the spelling. I'm with you 100% on that.
Yeah.
I like the name too, but I don't like the spelling because I think it would be easy to forget the name. So let's let Doug Hewson call this one. Doug, if you're in the chat, give us a thumbs up or thumbs down. You are the ultimate decider on this one, Mr. Hewson.
Right. I like throwing it to the chat like this because it really, you get a better feel. Because even sometimes we think one way, and we've had the chat say they don't necessarily agree, and they've gone the other way than we would have called it. Because this it does, a lot of this is perspective and opinions, and we like to have everyone's opinion involved when we're trying to figure out if things are clear to the masses.
I don't know if Doug's in here.
Well, it is.
Oh, there he is. He says stand by.
Stand by. Oh, okay. He's on standby. Okay. Stand by. Stand by, Doug. Stand by. He's scrolling, right? He's going, let me see how many thumbs up and thumbs down we have here. I'm going to go. Hold on just a second.
Yeah. All right. Here he goes.
Here he goes. And there's the thumbs up. Wrong one. What was the all for? That should have been that one. Well, okay, so look, it's still in the game. Now we have 2 strikes and 1 hit. Just goes to show how random this can be. Just when you think you're out of it and the tides have turned against you, that's a cruise ship joke, you actually can stay in the game. Man, I got to work on that, D.
Excellent pun.
The dad jokes
Excellent
here.
Pun.
Just
All right, another spin. Let's go.
Yeah, hold on. Let me find that wheel. Where'd that wheel go? Oh, man, this wheel is so thin. Okay.
Oh, look at that.
Okay. Oh, boy. Keep going. Featured content. Featured content. Okay, this is a tricky one. D, can you explain to people what we mean by featured content? Because nowadays they're actually starting to call the content sections on your homepage, they refer to it as featured content, but we mean something else.
Do you want to pull up an actual page that shows that so we can have a visual along with that?
Do you want me to pull up a reference channel, or do you want me to pull up a...
You can pull up your channel.
Let's
pull up your channel. I believe you have a featured piece of content up there.
Do you have a featured piece of content? Let's put you on the hot seat.
I do.
All right,
I do. Put me in the hot seat.
D. Nimmin.
Let
me go right here. And here's Dee's channel. Now, I am looking at Dee's channel as a subscribed viewer. Now, this is funky. I'm not going to penalize you, because I do a lot of channel reviews. I review thousands of channels every year, and YouTube does not always display the featured piece of content for a subscribed viewer. So what I'm going to do, D, is I'm going to ruin your day, and I'm going to unsubscribe to your channel. I'm going to reload it.
Well, there it goes.
There
I'm
it goes. Dee's numbers are plummeting. And here we go. When someone first comes to Dee's channel, here is a piece of content for someone who is viewing the channel as an unsubscribed viewer. And that is, see how it's bigger? It's right up top. Sometimes they refer to it as a channel trailer. That's a great pause to look at that. Look at that. Look at the face.
That's a nefarious picture. I don't like that picture. You need to let it go just a little bit. That's before the memes begin. We need to get past that. There you go.
How about this one?
Yeah. So this particular piece of video, they called it a trailer spot, I believe, inside of YouTube Studio.
Channel
and if
trailer,
you're doing right, and if you're making YouTube on a phone, you need to put your browser in desktop mode and go in that way. It's a little bit tricky, but you can put your latest video here. You can put your highest performing video here. You can dig deep into your analytics, and you can look at videos that either bring in the most watch time, the most views, the most subscribers, the most revenue, whatever your channel goals are. You can put that video there to help meet your channel goals. What I like to do, if I'm working with a sponsor or I'm making a lot of affiliate sales based on a particular product, I like to put that there because I know, okay, well, I want to bring attention to this video because it accomplishes a goal. So those are the videos that I like to put there. You can also set it up to put your live stream up there.
Well, that's one of the things, right? Like in the Streamyard channel, we have it. Whatever's live right now is exactly what's going to be featured right as the featured piece of content. So yeah, there's different ways to do it. Now, unfortunately, on your channel, well, I shouldn't say unfortunately. I'm in the wrong tab. Hold on a second. Nope, here I am back on the home tab.
Wow,
I've got
no. They got nothing on that.
Nothing.
Right, your family history says, interesting, then the video for subscribers doesn't matter. So YouTube gives us the ability to add 2 videos, one for people who are not subscribed and one for people who are subscribed. So you can choose 2, and you don't have to choose any. So I don't know if I have one for returning subscribers or if YouTube is just not showing it.
Yeah.
But for unsubscribed people, there should be one showing.
Yeah, like I'm sure your brother Nick has one. And this is one of the things. It's not that it never shows. It's that sometimes YouTube gets glitchy and it will or it won't show it. So you want to do one of those things for returning subscribers. Sometimes it displays it. Sometimes it doesn't. So what you want to do, like I am subscribed to the Streamyard channel and it showed me something. I'm subscribed to Nick and Dee and
unsubscribe.
Yeah, this guy who's been pretending.
He doesn't need your. He doesn't
need your. I'm so tired of him. That's it.
Yeah,
we gotta take him down a notch.
We are knocking down a little bit.
Unfortunately, that means that I think that's the third strike, my friend. But hit him with the strikes. Yeah. But listen, don't take that as anything other than constructive criticism for not only you, but for everybody out there who's watching in the chat and maybe in the replay. Really think about how you can use these things to better optimize for the viewer, because that's what we're trying to do. Your channel homepage especially is like your storefront, right? If you ever walk by a really big store, Macy's, Saks Fifth Avenue, Bloomingdale's, they always have these, huge buildings, but there's only a little bit of glass storefront. And they spend a lot of time curating there to put which things they're going to put up front right in the potential customer's line of visibility to attract them in to want to see more. And that's what your homepage can do when you use featured content. Put something really great out there that's going to grab that viewer and maybe get conversion up or have them have a better idea of what they can expect. Give them a taste of some of your most solid content so they're like, oh, I love this. This is what this channel's like. And you're really featuring some of your strongest work depending on what your goal is, like Dee said.
It all comes down to channel goals and being intentional. Right?
100%.
Okay, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time for
sudden death.
Things get scary in sudden death. Tell people what sudden death is if they haven't been here before.
Right, if this is your first time here. So previously we were giving people multiple chances, 3 spins, right? Now you get 1 shot. Yeah. You get 1 shot, you get 1 spin, you either advance or it's game over for you. This is called sudden death. We're going to move fast. Now, the word to type in right now is end screens. No space. We've got a lot of people on here. Now, here's the thing. We're actually not going to wait a lot either. Like before we waited a little bit of time, we are not going to do that right now. So go ahead and run that.
Yeah, let's go. We're going to pick right from where we got so far. Not playing around.
That's
and
right.
I've reset the wheel, to be fair, because I know it was pretty slim pickings there. So we've reset the wheel, so all slices are available to you now.
All right, here we go.
The winner is Matt Cave. Quick Robin to the Matt Cave.
To the Matt Cave, ladies and gentlemen. All right, here we go. So this one, you get one shot. The wheel's going to come up, the wheel's going to spin, and that's it.
Okay, so here is the Matt Cave channel. We're not going to look at anything. We're just going to let the wheel decide what it is that we're going to look at. So let me pull up the wheel with all the slices restored. Let's move fast. Boy, there's a lot of buttons, a lot of motion right now.
Moving fast. Here we go. This is the best part for me.
We're not playing around.
Cruising through channels.
And it is cleared thumbnails. It's something we talked about already here today, folks, the importance of cleared thumbnails. Let's get over here and let's pull up the channel itself. I'll scroll down here. Let me go right to videos to see some of the new ones. Mr. D. Nimmin, I'm going to let you decide. Do you think these thumbnails are clear?
Chill stream, the man.
Yeah, chill stream. What a mess. The Matt Cave. The Matt Cave. It looks like TIE Fighter. It looks Darth Vader's fighter following an X-Wing. We need to win tonight. The Matt Cave, Star Wars Battlefront. You tell me, D.
You know what? Let's throw it to the audience.
Throw it to the audience. What do you guys think? Looking
Give us
at
a
these
thumbs
thumbnails,
up or thumbs down on that.
Yeah, thumbs up if you think that in an instant you go, I know exactly what this video is about, or if it's very compelling to you. If you go, man, I would totally want to click that based on what I'm seeing. You think these are effective thumbnails? You let us know. I'm seeing, oh
thumbs
boy.
down, thumbs down, thumbs down.
Oh boy from the Matt Cave. He goes, oh boy.
Oh boy.
We're seeing thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down. I'm seeing 5 thumbs up from the Star Wars obsession. There may be some bias from the Star Wars obsession.
We got a bunch of thumbs down.
Right. Unfortunately, I think that is going to...
Game over.
Yep, that's a one and done. But nice try. The only thing I'd say, can we give a couple of quick suggestions here, D? Just tell them, what would you do looking at these thumbnails to maybe improve them a bit?
Let me see here. Go up. Let me see what the channel art says.
It just says the Matt Cave. It looks like it. I mean, I would have guessed it was a gaming channel because of the controllers.
Okay, so given that I believe this is some sort of a gaming channel, chill stream with the Matt Cave, the Matt Cave, the Matt. Okay, so the first thing that I would do is take off the word the Matt Cave. And that doesn't mean anything to anyone, right? You're already putting yourself in there. You have an avatar of yourself, a comic of yourself, and that's fine. If you're going to put that in there, then you definitely don't need the Matt Cave because people who know you can identify with that image. You don't need both. Choose one. I would go with the actual image instead of the words because it just draws people's eyes to the wrong direction. Second thing is be mindful of the actual text that you're putting on there, right? Like go over here to most underrated Battlefront. Right, so you have there. So you've got the Matt Cave. You have a live thing in the corner that's getting covered up by a timestamp, which it's totally unnecessary. Then you have Star Wars Battlefront. Think about this. What is it about this that you really want the viewer to understand? It's about Star Wars Battlefront. So instead of all the other text, right, you can just have that imagery with Star Wars Battlefront. That's all you need, right? Yep. Put your face in there. That's all you need. Simplicity is one of the things that works the best on thumbnails, right? Less is usually more.
Yeah, an added thing like, don't distract from what the thumbnail's supposed to do. Putting in a random subscribe button that's not clickable is a useless addition to that thumbnail. So really focus on things that are going to actually help people click and want to watch, not asking them to subscribe to a thing that they can't even click and subscribe.
Right. And you don't need to put the live icon on there. Just think about simplicity and think about what it is exactly you want the viewers to, like, what is it I'm trying to tell them the video is about? Is it about going live? Is it about the Matt Cave? Like, what is it? No, it's about that particular game. So put that on there. Showcase that. Okay. Streamyard. There's 22.
So we got 22.
Roll this out. Go ahead and let it roll. Hit it.
Let's do it. Thumbnails are tricky. I think it's something that we always work on getting better and better at. And trying to make a clear thumbnail is something that you never stop perfecting that art, right? So don't feel bad that you're not quite there yet. The winner for the next channel we're going to pull up is Write Your Family History. I'll tell you, if they get the choice of clear channel name, I'm going to say that I totally know what this channel's about.
Fantastic. And I love the avatar. I can't make out the small text, but I think just the handwriting something by itself, I think is fantastic. You're not going to be able to read the small text. On a mobile device, you might not even see the word write. Maybe. Hard to say.
But I know what the channel's about, but we're not, again, we are not allowed to decide what we think of this channel or what we're looking at. We are going to let the wheel decide, so let's spin it and see what we're going to look at here in the sudden death round, where things move quickly. really hoping to give away a piece of merch during this round, too. Let's see what happens.
That's right. We didn't give any away last time.
Cards. Is this person using cards in their videos to potentially push the viewer towards more relevant, high-performing content on their channel? So let's pull up a video here. I'm going to pull up. Let me see if I can find something new that... Ooh, those tough thumbnails. Let me see something that's higher performing. If you got a higher performing piece of video, this was from a month ago. It's got 245 views. Let me click on it. And up in the corner, it's a little tricky to see because she's got her, she's got a little bit of branding, but there is a card right there, my friend. I think that is an advance.
Advance.
Congratulations. Now, hold that open for just for a second.
Absolutely.
I would consider, if you're making your videos and you're putting your branding there, it is going to hide the card. So I would consider putting that branding icon on the other side or not use it at all, because you want to lead, right? When somebody's watching you, like, you're drawing attention away from something that you might want them to click on. So I would either put it on the other side or I wouldn't use it at all if you're going to have a card up there, just so, people can see that you actually have a card and it doesn't get hidden in front of your actual logo there.
Yeah, solid advice, my friend.
Yep. So the word to type in now, and by the way, congratulations. The word to type in now is thumbnails. Thumbnails, thumbnails, thumbnails.
So we actually have, I'm right here, 3 winners so far. We had triathlon with triathlon tips with Coach John, Deo, and Write Your Family History. So actually, the winner's wheel is kind of thin this week.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. You ready to roll those?
Yeah, let's roll this thing.
Drums?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's go.
All right. Hopefully we can move quickly here and we can get a few more people into the final winner's wheel, because the sudden death is it's uncompromising. It's unforgiving. It's not afraid to take prisoners, and it's not afraid to move people forward.
What's it gonna be? Boom! There it is.
Maddie Allen, Hex Therapy,
Therapy
Live.
Live.
Okay. Whew, man, you guys with your long titles. You know I have to put these into the final wheel if you win. So thank you.
You got to type all this in. Yeah, that's a mouthful. But I want to say this. I absolutely love your avatar. Like, that's just really eye-catching, and it's fun-looking. I have no idea what your channel is actually about, but I love the avatar.
Yeah, it is. It looks very cool.
Yeah.
Maddie Allen, Hex Therapy Live. Okay, here's the channel. Very colorful. So let's do this. We're not going to do a single thing, but we are going to let the wheel decide what it is we'll be looking at on the Maddie Allen Hex Therapy Live channel. I had to take a breath halfway through saying that title. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got?
What's it going to be?
Ooh, bounce back. Clear value proposition. We've talked about this many a times. You should know what this is out there, making sure that the viewer can understand at a glance what it is this channel's about, what the channel's about, who the target audience is, and why they would want to watch this channel. Dee, looking at this, can you make a judgment on whether or not you think this is a clear value proposition?
Okay, I'm clearly not the target audience for this, so I'm going to throw it to the audience on here. Thumbs up or thumbs down, because I'm not the target audience on here. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Give us a thumbs up or give us a thumbs down in the chat. Let us know what you think.
Here, and I want to say here, whether you're the target audience or not doesn't necessarily mean that we shouldn't understand it, because I can walk into a bookstore and grab a book, and I should understand what basically what the book is about and who it's for. And, just even though it may not something I'm interested in or know a lot about, you should still be packaged in a way that I would at least get a clue. Not always. Not always. There are some very unique communities, but
without scrolling down to look at the videos, and I'm purely looking at the channel art there and the value proposition, I got nothing.
Yeah, I'm a little lost.
That's where I'm lost. So I would have to actually go down and look at the videos or go to the About Me tab or something like that.
Yeah, but we're not deciding because it's just the two of us. We have many more people in the chat, so we'll let them decide because that's a larger community.
We have an overwhelming number of people who say,
Game over.
Tough loss. Yeah, I would love to. You know what? Let me just do, because I always try to, see if we can learn something.
Yeah,
Maddie Allen is a crypto psychologist covering sudden wealth syndrome and the game theory of hex and pulse chain. If that, that helps me understand a little bit more what it's about. If that had
Get
been
that in your channel art.
expressed, get that out in the channel art. Get that in your playlist. Get it. Don't be just talking about expos and stuff like that. Let's let people understand that you're a crypto psychologist covering sudden wealth syndrome. If that was messaged, I would have said it may not be something I know anything about, but I can go, yeah, I got to learn more about this sudden wealth syndrome. It's something I'm not familiar with.
Instead of pay my future self, if you would have said that instead, that first sentence you have there on your About Me page, if you would have said that in your channel art, you would have advanced.
Instead of pay my future self, right? I think you've pay my future self. It's too cryptic. It's too crypto psychological, right? So if you can get it a little bit easier for the viewer to understand. Why don't we throw another word? Do we have time for another one here?
We do. Sometimes you can get too clever. Sometimes you can get too clever on YouTube.
Yeah.
All right. The word to type in now is cards.
Cards.
So we're going to give that just a moment here. You ready to roll?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Yeah, one of the things you want to think about, people, is channels never grow faster than when they're recommended to people who have no idea who you are. So don't be so niche down and so clever that people who potentially could be interested don't get it and scroll past.
Yep. Well,
There's our winner, Hawks Holocrons. Hawks Holocrons. Say that 5 times fast.
Hawks Holocrons.
Hawks Holocrons.
All right. I'm guessing this is a gaming channel. We're about to find out.
We shall see.
Cool avatar. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, like
A pyramid with a claw around it.
claw,
Could be
yeah,
like a
it's very cool.
conspiracy site. I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you find them?
Yeah, we've got them right up here.
All right.
But we're not going to do anything because we're in sudden death, and we're going to let the wheel decide what we're looking at.
The wheel decides.
Going so fast today. We're kind of smooth. I don't want to jinx it, but we've been moving kind of smooth here.
Yeah.
Optimized playlists. We've said this before, folks. Playlists that are easy to understand, that use compelling titles and descriptions, and make your content be packaged in a way that people can see different areas or subsections, pillars, buckets underneath your overall channel value proposition, and learn more about the different segments you might cover. So if you were a gaming channel, maybe you have different games that you're actually playing in different playlists, and they're well-optimized, compelling titles with clever descriptions.
Before you scroll down, go back up 1 second. Before you scroll down, we've seen so many channels that just have uploads, just default uploads that's shown up here in the top. Here's something that you can do. You can create a playlist, and you could call it something that's relevant. You call it your latest videos or your most popular videos, or you can call it whatever you want. Write a description under it, and then you can tag the videos to go into that playlist so it doesn't just say uploads. It can just say, it could be your latest videos or however you want to package it, but it's just a lot more descriptive than just saying the word uploads.
Yeah.
I
agree.
think mine says like latest videos from Nimmin or something like that.
You said it before, intentionality. Don't just leave, like uploads is the default playlist when you first start a YouTube channel and you've done nothing to customize it. It puts all your videos, just throws them there in one giant folder, one after another, and calls it uploads. So here's another point where you can really be helping to sell your value proposition. You can really be talking to the viewer. And instead of saying, like Dee said, you could have my newest videos, whatever. But if you're talking about the gaming, you could be like, sell the thing. Check out my latest videos in the gaming series, or whatever it is, so that it's using those keywords and it's bringing forward, and someone helps understand what the value proposition by the names of the playlist. The things that are components of your channel should support and express your value proposition when taken out of context. Your channel art should do that. Yeah. Your video titles, your thumbnails, your playlist titles. If I just take them out of context and go, let me tell you what this channel's about without you looking, uploads. Do you know what it is? No? Maybe think about changing that playlist title.
And playlists can rank in YouTube, right? YouTube can suggest playlists to people, but they're not going to suggest uploads. But if you had a playlist there that was Holocron's latest gameplay, for example, that might actually get suggested to somebody. And if somebody knows who you are, they might actually click into that.
100%. All right, we didn't actually scroll and look and see if he's got some optimized playlists. There's playlists here that are called Lego Star Wars, The Skywalker Saga, Escape from Tarkov live streams, The Cycle Frontier live streams, Genshin Impact live streams, trailer reactions. I don't know. What kind of channel is this? D, you call it.
Okay. He does have playlists. He is grouping the content together the way he should. The only thing I would love to see differently is on all of the playlists, you can actually go in and you can write a description. Take some time to write a sentence or 2 or 3 to let people know exactly what type of videos are inside of that playlist. So I'm going to give it to you.
Advance.
Because you got them. But go in there and add some text to the descriptions of each one of those playlists just to add some more food out there so the readers can get a better understanding of what type of videos exactly. Because, you know, what about the Star Wars videos? Are you reviewing them? Are you playing them? Are you showing hidden things within them, right? Be very specific. Be very intentional. That's the word of today, intentional.
Yeah, intentionality for the win. And keep in mind here, folks, that, you know, when you go to make a playlist title, treat it like a video. You know, if you were going to title a video, would you title it The Cycle Frontier Live Streams, or would you, you know, think about do something to make it compelling and help sell what goes on in that playlist the same way you title a video. Can you really make people win the click when playlists are served to places like search and on their the homepage of YouTube where they can be surfaced, or when someone just lands on your main page, the homepage of your channel?
Exactly. So we're going to move really fast on this one. The word to type in is the word creator. We're going to give you just a couple of seconds, and we're going to hit those drums. Geraldo, are you ready?
We are ready.
Who's it going to be? You guys can't see it.
You don't get enough credit for coming up with really great words to put in the chat, so I want to give you a little kudos. You always have a variety of words you are able to come up with.
Yep. There you go.
Lincoln St. Woodworks. Lincoln St. Woodworks. Let me see if I can find the channel.
All right. I'm guessing it's a woodworking channel.
I hope so.
I'm fascinated. I don't know. So both on TikTok and on YouTube, I find myself watching, if I come across videos that are like Japanese woodworking videos, I am just fascinated with those, like Japanese woodworking and Japanese pottery. I will binge watch that stuff for an embarrassing amount of time.
I have to apologize because it is clearly Lincoln ST, not Saint, but the other abbreviation, Street. And I'm looking at the avatar and going, oh, it's a street sign. Lincoln Street Woodworks. Listen, folks, I'm 55 years old. It's a wonder if I can remember my son's name. So if I'm getting your channel name wrong, I apologize for that. Lincoln Street Woodworks. I apologize, my friend. But look at this channel, 125,000 subscribers. Well done, my friend. No BS. Kind of funny woodworking.
Take a bow.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, the 125,000 subscribers is an achievement, man. That's really great. Congratulations on that alone. Let me see if I can find the wheel here. So let's see what the wheel's going to tell us we're going to look at. One shot, one and done.
Here we go.
I love seeing channels that are this successful still come in and just like to, you know, play along and see what they can learn and see what they might, you know, pick up along the way, because we all have things that we miss. We, you know, we pulled up my channel and I found stuff like, man, I got to double down on chapters. I've got videos that aren't chaptered that should be. So we're always staying ahead of that stuff, you know?
I don't care how big of a channel you have, you're missing something.
Yes.
You're always going to miss something somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, we're always learning. We're always forgetting things. We're always like, oh, yeah, I keep forgetting to do that. Right?
Yeah. Like I can tell you right now, I'm a new visitor to this channel. And is there a featured piece of content? No. So I'd probably recommend, no matter what we see here with the end screens, I would recommend don't be afraid to throw a featured piece of content up there. Something as a new, because think about who the viewer is. Right now, I am not subscribed to the channel. It's my first time here. Find a piece of content that's a high-performing, relevant piece of content, a great woodworking video that from your analytics shows has high conversion, meaning in your analytics, in the last 28 or 90 days, a lot of people who have watched this video have chosen to subscribe. Put that here. It can help conversion, not only show exactly what kind of stuff you're doing, but help new viewers who are here for the first time like me see something that might make them want to subscribe and come back, bookmark this for later.
I love it.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
And I'm looking for end screens. Let me see. Let's scroll to the end. Oh, let me see what happens here.
What?
Oh, getting near the end here. I'm waiting. I'll go one more second. Bye. Okay. Unfortunately, my friend, that is going to be an elimination.
Game over.
Yeah, you know, and that could have been that one video. Who knows what happened there? You might go, oh, I forgot to put it on there. We did. That's what happens in sudden death. We move fast. But a reminder to everybody, you know, things like the cards, end screens, link in the description above the fold, and pin comment. If you get those all working together to push people towards another piece of content, you can really influence how YouTube recommends more of your content out itself and actually start getting the up next video and the down sidebar suggested and videos on that viewer's home screen when they to come back tomorrow because they've got a couple pieces of your content in their recent watch history. Really, really important to think about that, especially a channel like the woodworking channel that's kind of a resource utility channel, but also entertaining, where even if you don't like woodwork, could be fun just to watch along. Those are ones you really want to try to get ahead of the game and recommend more of your own content when you've got someone there already watching one of your pieces of content on your channel.
And a channel at your size. I didn't get a chance to look at your view count, but you've obviously done some things right. So a channel at your size, especially of your size, if you're getting a good amount of views, you are leaving a lot of watch time and views on the table there. By not, I don't know if you have cards, I don't know if you have pinned comments, etc., but we know you don't have end screen, so you're definitely leaving stuff on the table. You'd be growing a lot faster if you had that stuff in place.
Yeah, 100%. And like the video we just pulled up has 510,000 views. Think about if you could just get a fraction of those people to have clicked a card, an end screen, a link in the description. Yeah. Well, that would have been, you're leaving views on the table. With that kind of viewership of this video, man, get out there and don't be afraid to go, hey, I've got, if you're interested in learning another woodworking product, check out the video I've got on screen now or the one I'll link down below. And put those end screens up. Don't just say bye. We watch at the end, you wave goodbye. As to me, that was like you were waving goodbye to some extra views and more engagement. Right. Don't do that.
Exactly.
Let's actually get people, take that moment to go, click here. I got another one you might be interested in.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
all right,
what do we
final
do?
round.
Final
we're
round?
Pulling up the final wheel. Yeah, we're pulling up that final wheel.
Wow, it's slim pickings today. We didn't have quite as many winners as I thought we were going to have. We actually have 4 people on the final wheel.
Oh, wow.
Who's going to... All right, we're not playing around today. So let me get that wheel up here. So the people that have advanced on today are Hawks Holocrons, Deo, Write Your Family History, and Triathlon Tips with Coach John, where his name is so long, it's even truncated in the wheel.
All right.
But we got you there. Listen, I don't want anyone to feel like that you haven't, that if you haven't been picked today or haven't had a chance to come up and get your channel chosen, we do this every month, every second Saturday of the month on the Streamyard channel. So we're glad to have you here today, but we expect to see you next time too. Shall we spin this thing?
Spin it.
This is always my favorite part. And the person who wins here today, we're gonna have you get in contact with my channel manager, and you can pick any single item from the Streamyard merch catalog. Oh boy. Try not to sing it when you say, what? Come on now. That's the one. Getting the trombones. Try not to sing it when you say Deo. Deo, congratulations on the win today. What you're going to do is you want to contact my channel manager, who will message right in the chat, Megan at danielbatal.com. She will drop that email in there so you can reach out. She can confirm and show you, direct you to the Streamyard catalog where you can pick any single piece of merch, and we'll get that sent out to you. Boy, this is a lot of fun doing this, pal.
A lot of fun. And again, like Daniel said, we're here the second Saturday of every single month. We also have some links down in the description that take you to some other videos that we've made, both on his channel and my channel. You can check out both of those channels as well. Mr. Batal, thank you. Awesome as always, everybody who came out here and hung out with us and engaged and shared this out. Thank you so much. We will see you next week. Mr. Batal, parting words?
Have fun. Enjoy the weekend. Start working on your channel on Monday. Peace.
Peace.